I'm Isaac Travis and you're watching I.T.creations. Today I'm going to show you how to properly cut down a tree. We have this old big dead tree here on our property. It is in the way. We are going to be building some tiny homes and cabins in this area of our property. So I'm going to show you how to properly cut this tree down. First thing you want to do is to look up your tree and see where the branches are kind of going and what direction it is leaning, and see if there's any big dead branches that are going to snap off and fall in a direction when you cut it down. This one has this big arm right here that is probably going to snap off as soon as it starts to fall over. It might not, but it might. And I want this tree to fall in that direction, and it is kind of the direction it is leaning. And today the wind is actually blowing probably the opposite direction I want this tree to fall. So I'm gonna have to use my wedge here. I'm gonna have to wedge this tree and get it to fall in the direction I want to, or want it to fall. So let me get to cutting this tree and I'll show you how to make your first cut in your notch. Okay, our first cut is going to be at an angle going down. So you want to probably do about a quarter of the tree. Next cut I'm going to do is we're going to start to drop the tree. I'm going to cut straight in the back. We're going to want to use our wedge. Cut a hair more, and I'm going to just pound that wedge in as far as I can. Get the
There it goes. I hear it cracking.
I need to cut this a little more. Perfect. It has been a couple days since we cut that tree down. Right there is the stump, and right over there is all my logs. Let's see, right over there. I got all my logs stacked up for what I'm gonna use for chainsaw carving. I'm gonna make a bunch of different carvings out of those. And we have already got to digging right here. For those of you that don't know, we are building tiny homes, and we are going to Airbnb them right here on our property. This tiny home is going to be, let's see, if you can see that post there, that T-post up there, then there's one there and one there. It's not going to be very big, but we got our T-post set up right here, or you could call them batter boards if you like that term. We use T-posts for batter boards because they're easy to drive in there. I've seen a lot of people, they try to cut 2x4s to drive them into the ground to mark out the size of their building. We just use T-posts. Much better thing to do. But Dad is up there driving the tractor around. He's moving all the dirt he dug out from up there. And he is going to make a little road going down from where he's at right there. It's gonna come around to where I am so we can start digging into this hill with the back of the hoe, because it is too steep to dig the way he is right now. So he's going to come around. If our tractor was 4-wheel drive, we could probably do it, but it's not, so that's what we are doing. So when he gets done driving that around, I'm gonna show you some other tips and tricks about cutting down trees. Okay, so this is the tree we just cut down. And this right here is called our hinge. So you see how this part of the hinge right here is a little thicker than this part of the hinge. That is because I was guiding the tree and aiming it to fall in the direction I wanted it to fall in. So right here on your chainsaw, this little line right here is your sight. So if I was wanting it to fall more in that direction over there, I would take that sight and I would point it kind of more that way. So if I was wanting the tree to fall more that way, I would take it and I would point it more that way. Not as much as I am right now, but I'm just showing you. So I wanted the tree to fall more that way, so I aimed it that way a little bit, and that is the way it went. And there's also a sight on this side of the saw. It is this line going all the way around your saw. That is to help you aim what direction you want your tree to go. And for big trees like this, I like to notch my trees and cut straight into it like I did and wedge them. Let me show you how I like to drop my small trees. I do them a little bit differently. So this is how we cut down that big tree. You cut your notch out just like that, and you cut straight into your notch. And then, like I said, you can use your sights on your saw to kind of aim in the direction you want, the way I showed you. And you put your wedge straight in here, and it pushes the tree, this part of the tree, up, and that way when you wedge it, to fall in the direction you want. And when you're cutting down a small tree, this is the way I like to cut down a small tree, because sometimes you don't always have a wedge. I like to cut my notch out on this side, and then the back cut, I cut back at an angle into my notch. So You can't wedge a tree like this because this thing will pop off. But in a small tree about this size, I wouldn't want to do too much bigger. I like to cut in at an angle, and they usually go in the direction I want them to go. But with these smaller trees, if they fall in the direction you don't want them to go, they're not very big. You can usually pick them up and pull them out of the way. I wouldn't do this on a tree that you can't move with your hands. But with a small tree like this, that is how I like to cut them, so I know it ain't gonna blow back and hit me in the head, because I got this here to kind of protect me behind the tree for these smaller trees. And a wedge wouldn't even fit in here. You can't even wedge a tree this small, because when you go to jam your wedge in, you're not gonna have enough room for your bar and your chain in the tree. Okay, that's how I like to cut down my trees. If that helps you out in any way, please leave a comment down below and let me know. I love your guys' feedback. It really helps me out and lets me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy and like to watch. So let me show you our tiny home project, what's going on with that. And Dad's gotten pretty far. He's been digging like crazy up here, and it's looking really good. So let's show you that. He's getting the basement dug out pretty nice. He's got his road coming down over to the basement. It is just an absolute mud pit down here, like always. Tennessee is just a mud pit. I mean, every day it rains out here. But that is why we have all these beautiful trees. But it is turning out pretty nice, so make sure you stay tuned for the tiny home. Okay, that's going to be it for this video. So as always, make sure you like and subscribe. 80% of the people watching on my channel are not subscribed. So make sure that you subscribe so you can get my videos every time I upload. And make sure to hit the bell notifications so you will be the first one to watch my video. As you see, we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of exciting things on our property as always. So I will see you in the next one.